So the Pelicans are actually interested, like truly interested in John Collins. And it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out because he could really be an upgrade for this team. As we know, Jonas Valanciunas is a dog and they want to keep him, but there's a deal. It's $23 million you need to get yourself John Collins. And with that being said, it's interesting to look at this due to the fact that this is a deal that is easily they can do without trading anybody, you know, essential, you would say, for the rotation. I mean, I'm not going to say Devontae Graham, Najee Marshall, and Jackson Hayes aren't essential, but it wouldn't be as big as a hurt. So you could package Devontae Graham, Jackson Hayes, and Najee Marshall and allegedly be able to get the deal done. Now, let me read you what is being stated by Jake Fischer. The New Orleans Pelicans remain interested in trading for John Collins with the Atlanta Hawks. The two sides are seen as good partners. The New Orleans Pelicans can send defensive-minded players to Atlanta as the Hawks look to balance their roster with offense and defense. The Pelicans have been trying to gauge the interest of the Hawks with Devontae Graham, Jackson Hayes, and Najee Marshall, but they're also, dangling those players around the league. New Orleans is willing to move on from those players either in a package or individually. Graham still has 2 years, $24.7 million left, but the deal after this one only, his final season is lightly guaranteed, so he could be cut after a season. Hayes is a restricted free agent this summer, and Marshall's minimum deal carries a team option for next season. Atlanta reportedly has spoken to several teams about John Collins, but they have no mandate that they must move him in the $78.5 million he's owed for the next 3 seasons after this one. If the Hawks can't find a deal they like for their talented power forward, they are prepared to keep Collins for at least the rest of the season. Now, when you look at this, you think, all right, is this, the best deal out there? So what's the deal? That package is not bad, and we'll just put it in Fanspo right now because it does, because they're in the 8th seed. They're 24 and 23, and while the Pelicans are 26 and 21. So you don't want to do anything that disrupts your roster too much. But John Collins would be an upgrade of Graham, Hayes, and Marshall, theoretically, on paper, but it would have got your roster too much. And if that trade straight up, does that work? Yes, it works. And that deal supposedly makes the Pelicans a little bit worse offensively and a bit better defensively. So you think, okay, what is there a way that if you're Atlanta, you go, if you're honestly, would you ask for one of the I know the holidays haven't been great, but if you're New Orleans, would you be like, okay, but you're taking away extra players away from us. So if you send us both Aaron and Justin Holiday, I know they haven't been great for you guys. We'll attach maybe like Kyra Lewis Jr., who's clearly out of the rotation, and that deal works. Would you guys do that deal? Where this deal actually seems like it benefits both sides better. So Atlanta would get themselves Devontae Graham, Jackson Hayes, Kyra Lewis Jr., and Najee Marshall, while the Pelicans would receive Justin Holiday, Aaron Holiday, and John Collins. That's not a bad deal right there. I think we all would agree that seems like a lot of people would win in that situation. And for me, I think that's definitely one that with more and more time we look at it, I think that's definitely a deal that could both parties, come to an agreement on, because seems like one that isn't too bad and everyone wins there. You get a backup point guard and a backup wing in the Holiday Bros, and you also get yourself, and the thing is they're both expiring contracts, so you don't have to worry about them coming. And the thing is right here, you take on Devontae Graham, Jackson Hayes, Kyra Lewis Jr., and Najee Marshall, who for the Hawks, only Jackson Hayes is going into free agency, and Kyra could become your backup point guard eventually down the road, and Marshall's you got him for another season, so not a bad deal. What do you guys think? Is that not ideal? I don't know. That's definitely where I want to hear your guys' opinions. It'll be definitely interesting to see how this all plays out. As I don't know, I think it's a deal that people can be interested in. So that's where we'll leave it. I hope you guys did enjoy today's video. Like, comment, and subscribe. And if there was anything else I might have missed, let me know. And we'll get back to you shortly. But hey, that's going to be today's video. It'd be greatly appreciated if you did enjoy. You know, let me know. Okay? That's basically it. So I'm done. I don't know where we're going to go with this. Bye.